So this is the foam I got. It's a full sheet of foam. It's 82 by 76. It actually measures about 84 by 78, which is just fine since I plan on cutting it. And it was about $111 delivered. And it came in that plastic. It was a bag, and then they'd vacuumed it out, folded it in half, and rolled it up. It was packaged beautifully. It came quickly. Real happy with it. And it was from Foam Factory. Like I said, it came pretty quickly. And then this is what I'm cutting out of it. So these covers, all 6 of them combined, was less than $138 delivered. And it got here in, I don't know, about a week. They seem to be very nicely constructed. And we'll look at these more a little closer later. Who knows how they'll last, but it seems to be a good quality fabric. And like I said, $138, I'm real pleased with that. I mean, the big ones are 4 of those. That's 4 4-foot long zippers just for those. Next, we're going to mark the foam and then get ready to cut it up. I'm going to go a 1/2 inch bigger on the dimensions so that it pushes out just a little bit. Worst case is I have to trim it down. I'd rather have it snug. I think it'll be fine that way. So I'll go 14 inches by 45.5 inches. I've got the first 3 pieces of this cut. This is the end for the longer side of the bed area. So I've got these 2 all stuffed in there. I cut the foam a 1/2 inch longer than what I designed these for. They look like they fit very well. And then later we'll probably add Velcro to these to hold them together in the van when we're sleeping on them. But this is what we've got so far. 3 more to cut out. You can see the 3 in there. I don't know if that shows up, the little lines on there. So I'll show how I'm cutting those out because it's super simple. So I've got a piece of cardboard underneath so that I don't hurt the floor underneath. All I'm using to cut this with is a nice new clean razor blade knife stuck all the way out, and then simply sawing it up and down real short and keeping it as vertical as possible. It seems to cut out quite a smooth edge, nice and square. Does a pretty decent job that way with just a tool as simple as that. We know that we want to add Velcro pieces on the cushions to hold it to the couch unit. As a bed, it stays in position great, but I did buy the wrong foam. It's too dense. I was worried about it being too soft and squishy and you hitting the plywood. Well, I went the other way and it's too firm. So the new box of foam got here today. We're going to go ahead and open that out and get it spread out so I can start inflating. I have the leftovers from the previous one and of course all the pads that I already made. And I'll probably take the foam out of those and use them for some of our dining chairs. So we'll see those later if I do that. Let's get this one open. And of course I got this foam because the other one was, that one was a little bit too firm, we decided. So it has a 50 pound for the one rating and this one's only 35, so it should squish better. So this one was packed differently than that one. That one was in a whole plastic bag basically and then vacuumed down. This one was squished and then just shrink wrapped. Now let that sit for a day or so and then we can mark it and cut it. So as I mentioned in one of the videos when we were out and about camping, that we decided that we bought the wrong foam. We bought the really firm foam and we needed the next one down. We'll take all of these out of the covers, cut new ones, and put them in the covers. These are really good. The heavier foam is really good if you're making a cushion to sit on. And it's really good to lay on for an hour maybe. After that it starts to be so hard that it's uncomfortable. And we don't want to go thicker because we have it designed for a 3-inch foam. 3-inch foam works if I have the right foam. So we'll take all these out, mark the new foam, and cut it. Oh, I have to get a piece of cardboard. Now, I've got to tell you, I really am impressed with how nice these covers were made. Let's set those till tomorrow, because procrastination is your friend. I know it's been practically forever since we've done anything with the van because we're doing the maintenance on the house right now. On the video, you probably saw that we just replaced the foam inside of these. There's 6 pieces. This is the smallest one, and this is 24 inches by 20 or 22. Wait a minute. 21. And I mentioned the price before, so I could put that right here because I don't remember what it was, but I think it was like around $138 or something for all of them delivered. They say that this fabric is water resistant, not waterproof, but water resistant. It's got a nice texture to it. I think they had 4 or 5 different colors to choose from. You could choose where your zipper is. I had this one go from here around to here, and then it's reinforced at those areas. It has a cloth tag reinforcement. And then you could also choose your zipper to just go from the corner to corner if you don't want it to wrap around at all. Or you can have it go from one corner all the way to the diagonal corner if you really need to open it. And if it were big enough, I would probably have it go that way if it were a really big item to make it easier to get them in. These were fine to get in. So it has the zipper, seems, I mean, it's just a nylon zipper, but it seems like a good one. It's working fine. It has the flap that covers the zipper seam, which is nice. And like I said, and it has the tags on the inside, the manufacturer, and then it has the order number or part number on it, on each one of them, so they keep your order together. Anyway, I'm real happy with it. It's time will tell how it'll hold up, but for our use where it's basically indoors, out of the weather, and a relatively small amount of use, I think they're going to hold up real well. Real happy with them. We haven't added the Velcro to them yet, but I'm going to add some Velcro pieces, I think, on here just to hold these outside too, so that it can't spread apart. The bottom two can't really move out because they're contained by the sides of the van. The head portion of this can't move out because it's constrained by the sides of the van. So it's really only this area right here that can move, and even it can't move a lot. When we used it so far, we didn't notice any gaps opening up wide enough to be a problem, but we want to prevent that possibility, so we'll add a little bit of Velcro on there. So it looks good so far, feels good. We'll give it a try soon and find out how it is. Next, I want to talk a little bit about what we're doing for the vent area in the window. So we did some testing with this plastic one and on our previous trip, and it worked. It worked well. I was real happy with it. The biggest problem with this is this wide of an area at the bottom that's covered with the plastic, so it has a very small amount of airspace once it's up into here. You can only have it open about that wide before it is below here, and so you might get water in there from rain. So it's only about this big. So almost half of it is covered with the plastic, and then these are fairly big. It does have a screen on it, which is really nice. But I'm going to try, I decided I'm going to try this metal one that we got. These are the ones that we just installed in our gutters. And so they're all metal. We will have to add screen material because the holes on this are too big as far as mosquito. But there's holes all the way to the bottom. So if we cut it down to this big, it's still just all open. So if we cut it down and then put a piece of screen over it, that should take care of all of the issues that we're looking for with this. We'll make it long enough to go across the whole opening, and we'll give that a try. So I took this area and put it with a thin piece of plywood and then tapped it down with a hammer to make a nice even curve so that it fits on that glass real nice without any pressure or anything. Looks real good. I think that's going to work out well. We'll give it a try.